Captain Marcus Chun had seen enough alien worlds to know that first impressions were usually wrong. But standing in the crystalline throne room of the Zephyrian Empire, watching the most powerful being in three-star systems study him like a fascinating specimen, he was beginning to think his luck had finally run out. Queen Lirelei of the Zephyrians was not what humans expected when they heard alien royalty. She stood nearly 8 feet tall, her skin shimmering between deep purple and silver like liquid starlight. 4 arms moved with practiced grace, and her large opalescent eyes held an intelligence that had conquered 17 worlds. Most intimidating of all were the delicate neural tendrils that floated around her head like a crown of living light, the mark of her species' telepathic abilities. "Captain Chun," she said, her voice carrying harmonic overtones that made the air itself seem to sing, "your reputation precedes you." Marcus straightened his worn Terran Federation uniform. "Your Majesty, I'm honored by this audience, though I'm not sure why you requested to see me specifically." The Queen's court, an assembly of various alien species that served the Zephyrian Empire, watched with barely concealed curiosity. Marcus recognized Corvin traders, crystalline Silithians, and even a few draconian nobles. All of them seemed to be waiting for something. "Tell me, human," the Queen continued, descending from her throne with fluid movements, "what do you know of Zephyrian mating customs?" Marcus felt his face flush. That's not exactly covered in diplomatic briefings, Your Majesty." A sound that might have been laughter rippled through the court. The Queen raised one of her 4 hands, and silence fell immediately. "Among my people," she explained, moving closer, "we do not choose our mates through courtship or arrangement. Our neural tendrils detect genetic and psychological compatibility at a fundamental level. When we encounter our perfect match, we simply ... No. Marcus's throat felt dry. "That's fascinating, Your Majesty, but I'm not sure why you're telling me this." The Queen stopped directly in front of him, her towering form casting him in shadow. Her neural tendrils began to glow more brightly, and Marcus felt a strange tingling sensation in his mind, not invasive, but like a gentle touch at the edge of his consciousness. "Because Captain Marcus Chun of Earth," she said, her voice soft, but carrying to every corner of the vast chamber, "my tendrils are telling me something unprecedented. Something that has never occurred in the 3,000-year history of my species." The court leaned forward collectively. Marcus found he was holding his breath. "This man," the Queen announced, her opalescent eyes never leaving his face. "My mate." The silence that followed was so complete that Marcus could hear his own heartbeat. Then the court erupted. Aliens chattered, chirped, and roared in dozens of languages. Several nobles actually fainted. Marcus stared up at the Queen, his mouth opening and closing like a fish out of water. "I'm sorry, what?" "My neural tendrils have never responded to any being this way," the Queen continued, seemingly oblivious to the chaos around them. "Not to any Zephyrian male, not to any compatible species we've encountered, but with you. The resonance is perfect, complete. You are my mate." "But I'm human," Marcus protested. "We're not even the same species." "We can't possibly be genetically compatible." The Queen tilted her head, a gesture that somehow managed to be both regal and endearing. "That is what makes this so extraordinary. My tendrils don't merely detect genetic compatibility, Captain. They sense something deeper, harmony of spirit. Complementary souls, the potential for perfect partnership. And you..." She reached out with one elegant hand to touch his cheek. "You are the first being in the galaxy to achieve perfect resonance with my essence." Marcus felt the gentle touch of her mind against his again, and this time he didn't resist. Images flowed between them, her loneliness despite her power, her endless responsibilities, her secret dreams of finding someone who could see her not as a queen but as herself. And somehow, impossibly, he understood. More than that, he felt something, responding in his own heart. "This is insane," he whispered. "Yes," she agreed, and for the first time, he saw her smiley expression of such joy and relief that it transformed her entire face. wonderfully, impossibly insane. Will you stay, Marcus Chun? Will you learn our ways as I learn yours? Marcus looked around the throne room, at the assembled aliens still buzzing with shock and excitement, at the Queen who had just appended the politics of three-star systems with a single declaration. His life as a simple transport captain was over, he realized. Everything was about to change. He started, then stopped. The strangest part wasn't the Queen's declaration, or even the impossible biological implications. The strangest part was that, looking into her ancient, wise eyes, he felt something he'd never experienced before, a sense of coming home. Yes, he said finally. Yes, I'll stay. The Queen's neural tendrils flared brilliant white with joy, and the court exploded into celebration. As alien nobles rushed forward to congratulate them, Marcus realized he was about to become the most improbable royal consort in galactic history. But as the Queen took his hand, in her elegant fingers, her touch warm and electric, he found he didn't mind the impossibility of it all. Sometimes the best adventures were the ones you never saw coming, and somewhere in the back of his mind, a small voice whispered that maybe, just maybe, humans were meant for even stranger destinies than anyone had ever imagined.